mama's racing stream. This ain't your mama's racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
Hey, welcome Vigilante Nation to Dover Motor Speedway for round 3 of the Vigilante Racing League Premiere Series. My name is Alan Vaught, along with Ricky Wittenberg here in the booth, bringing you all the excitement and racing action tonight. And with that, we're going to get into some session details. All right, folks, tonight we are in store for 150 laps. This is a 1 mile in length track. That's 150 miles. They are limited this evening to 55% fuel, which is about 10.2 gallons. They have an additional 4 sets of tires over the wall, so 5 in total. There is no fast repair for this series, and their incident limit is 25 and 6. And should we need it, we do have 1 green-white checker at the end of the event, a little bit of NASCAR overtime, if you will. So the championship points, this is only going to be the 3rd race into the season, but the early leaders right now are the 89 of Craig Goodenough with 79 points. The 14 truck of Dustin Eaton is in 2nd with 71 points. And in 3rd place is Chris Gomes at 65 points. And thus far, the first 2 races of the season have been won by Team Tang. So the question tonight, folks, is can anyone dethrone Team Tang and their momentum as they go into the 3rd round of this 18-week event? Some additional notes on the track tonight. This is a 1 mile track. As I mentioned, the surface is concrete. The banking is 24 degrees in the turns and 9 degrees on the straightaways. The nickname for this joint is the Monster Mile. It's located in Dover, Delaware, and it was opened in 1969, originally known as Dover Downs International Speedway. Some notable features. So Miles the Monster. This is a notable feature about this location. There is a statue out front. It's 46 feet tall, and since this place is known for destroying cars and people's confidence, Miles the Monster's out there ready to greet racers and fans alike with the carnage that we may see tonight. So some track traits. It is a high-speed, high G-force track, corners with a minimal straightaway recovery for these drivers. The concrete surface itself does amplify and has a vibration amplified into the tires, which meets for additional tire wear and also just fatigue for the driver. They don't get an opportunity for a break here. The narrow groove and steep banking demand precision and stamina at all times. And I thought the weather was going to come up for us, folks, but it is not. Let's see if it gets right. Here we go. So give it a second to catch up here. The overlays. So tonight we're at 70 degrees in temp. There's a 95% humidity level. It is cloudy, and they do have a pretty stiff breeze at 12 miles per hour. That's a lot less than it was on Monday night at 27 miles per hour. So a little bit better for these drivers. So Ricky, what do you anticipate? What are you looking forward to?
Oh, I think Dover's it's one of my favorite tracks, and it's a tough track to drive. You lose your tires, you've got to take care of them. If you have long green flag runs, tires saving is the most important thing. But I do anticipate, just because of the large field, a couple of stack ups on restarts and maybe a couple of big crashes that'll thin the field down a little bit, and then we'll have some green flag runs.
Yeah, it was. I mean, this place, I raced it on Monday night, and for qualifying, you can nearly go full out, and not quite as you go into these corners. The banking's makes you feel very confident as you're entering it. Gets a little bit where, so you can see right there with the 8 truck, as you come off of the corners, you end up sliding a little bit if you have a little bit too much gas into it, depending on the age of your tires as well when they're cold. So the first couple of laps, you're at risk. And obviously, as you get later into the run and you really wear them out, you're going to have issues as well. In the middle of the race, after about 5 laps on, you're definitely getting out of the throttle. It's just a question of how much you're getting out of the throttle.
Yeah, and these guys, if you're up front, you're probably running a little bit harder. But if you're in 10th or 12th and not trying to push it too much, you may be able to roll out and save your tires early in a run. So I would expect some guys that don't qualify right up front will actually be coming through the field because they'll be able to save their tires if we have a long green run.
Yeah, for sure. As you see right now, your early leader for qualifying is the 51 of Dylan Bryant at 22.67. In the field now, Scott Roney in the 023 has actually supplanted Bryant for the top spot at 22.68. Nearly identical times for the second and third place, with Dixon now on top. I'm just going to stop speaking, ladies and gentlemen, because we just don't know how this is going to come out.
Yep, and Craig Goodenough now going to the top.
Chris Goins, I don't know if he's finishing up his second lap or he's just getting started here. We'll follow along with him, see how he comes out.
Pope just clocked in at third.
I saw that. Yep, just barely off. I mean, we're talking 0.01 to 0.02 second and third place off the lead there. I mean, it's incredibly close. And it's like Chris is finishing up his second lap here. See where he clocks in at. Sixth overall, and he's only off by 0.04. I mean, just look at those numbers, Ricky. It's insane. I mean, we know that these guys are close in talent, but it's kind of surprising when you're looking at the numbers.
Oh yeah, it's just fraction of an inch. I'm watching Josh Bittner right now on his second lap. He ran a 23:18 first lap, and he's not always great in qualifying, and he'll admit that. So he's got to try to step it up. I don't think you want to start back there.
This place is definitely tough. In the middle of the pack in particular, it's like you're racing almost like in a tunnel on that backstretch. You have nowhere to escape to. That banking, I think I said it was 9 degrees all around down the straightaways. If you can see it right there from this angle, just lends itself to carnage when there's a big wreck.
Oh, yeah. And Bittner does improve big time second lap. Goes up to third on the board. So Team ADY, him and Pope right now, third and fourth. And you've got Goodenough and Dixon right now still in the front row.
That looks like Cawthon maybe just now going out for his lap. Yep. Got a few more minutes left in qualifying here.
I think there's about 30 seconds left, so he's...
Oh, he may not get
Cawthon,
it then.
He may not get it. He may not get it. Well, that showed his second lap to me, so he did record a 16th, at least from what I'm seeing here. I think Austin Paul has not qualified. Looks like Trevor Robertson's been in and out several times. He may be having connection problems. He's not qualified. Greg Klein, Tom Barish. So there's going to be some guys starting at the back and not taking the time.
Yeah, that looks like it's that's going to be time right there. See if we can get you the grid this evening, folks. So, top of the board, the 89 truck of Craig Goodenough on the pole position. Jack Dixon in second. The 84 of Josh Bittner in third position. Fourth is Timothy Pope. Fifth, Scott Roney. Sixth, Dylan Bryant. Seventh is going to be Chris Goins. Eighth is Dustin Eat. Ninth is Jonathan Osborne. 10th is Mike Adamson.
11th, you've got Kyle Vaught. 12th, Derek Welch. Greg Dobson in 13th. Jeremiah Burke 14th. Jason Gaines 15th. Andrew Cawthon 16th. Albert Anderson 17th. Anthony Williams 18th. Trevor Robertson did get a time. He's 19th. And Mike Everidge in 20th.
21st is John Gallagher. 22nd is Colin Decker. 23rd is John Schoenbachler. 24th, Stoney Bentfield. 25th is George Rincon. 26th is Dave Mayberry. 27th, Dion Jones. 28th, Chandler Paul. 29th, Greg Klein. 30th is Scott Milner. 31st is Austin Paul. And 32nd is Tom Barish. And that is your starting lineup, folks.
And like Alan was saying, Craig Goodenough on the pole with a 22.634. Dixon ran a 6.5. Bittner ran a 6.5. Pope ran a 6.5. Roney with a 6.7. Dylan Bryant with a 6.7. Gones with a 6.8, Eaton and Osborne both with 6.9s, and you get Adamson in 10th with a 74. I mean, 63 to 74. It's 1/10 of a second between first and 12th.
Yeah, this is going to be a tight race here tonight. These guys know each other very well, so there's going to be no surprises. Most of them have been racing together for nearly 5 years. They know each other's tricks and tendencies, and with these kinds of times around here being so close, I think we're in for a treat, and we'll see if they can keep it clean. They ran last week, Ricky, flag to flag, if I remember, without a caution. Was that right? Well, never mind. That was Sonoma. But the week prior,
Sonoma.
Week prior they did is at Chicagoland.
Yeah, they did. So it's possible, but Dover's such an unforgiving track with this many trucks out here, even as good as these guys are. I've watched a few streaming races from Dover this week, and they said that even though the track just had a cosmetic update, they think it feels like it drives different, and a lot of them were complaining about being really loose. So that definitely could come into play. There's not a lot of room at Dover if you get out of shape.
Yeah, copy. So, folks, don't adjust your television. It is a little bit foggy on the broadcast here tonight, as you can see from that blimp shot. I think we're going to go green right here as you see the pace truck pull off, handing it over to the flagman for the start of the race. Here we go. We are green and underway. Let's see what kind of jump good enough can get here on Mr. Dixon on the outside. Looks like he's going to be able to clear him. He does as he's going into turn 1 and 2. Pretty clean start here so far. Looks like we're going to have, yeah, for sure. These guys, hopefully they're being a little bit patient. They ran really well on Monday night. Didn't have very many cautions. So if you're not tracking, ladies and gentlemen, they do have what we call a mock race or a practice race on Monday nights just to shake out all the settings and make sure everything's running well for these drivers. But it's also an opportunity where they really push the limits of the truck, and so they know their right and left lateral limits on how far to push it on Wednesday, keeping both them and their equipment safe.
Yeah, and it looks like everybody decided to be real patient to start the race, which is a good thing. They all tried to get in line pretty quick. I know those first couple of laps are treacherous when your tires are really cold, and it looks like everybody's trying to play nice here for the first few laps.
Yeah, it's like they're one train, as you see. Oh, somebody tags the wall back there. They got lined up pretty quick. Looks like they're trying to be patient and let the race come to them and preserve the tires. As I mentioned, concrete surface here. Particular vibrations associated with this type of material really wear on the tires and can fatigue the driver. Even in iRacing, they do have active feedback, so they're dealing with every crack and crevice in this surface throughout the race.
Ooh, Greg Dobson got in the wall pretty good there coming out of 2 that time. He pancaked the right side. Hopefully he doesn't have too much damage.
Looks like he's okay so far, right in there behind the 53 truck. Greg's in that purple machine, that NOS machine you see right here in front of you. Like he's going to be okay. Hopefully he doesn't have wheel damage. That's kind of, you can see that most times no cosmetic damage, but what he hears inside the truck when his crew chief tells him if he has wheel damage, that's the worst thing you want to hear.
Oh yeah, and let's want to jump into it while I've got just a second. We got a lot of people in the chat already, Alan. We got Albert Anderson Sr. in the chat, Larry Dickerson, Red Arnell cheering for Good Enough. You've got Osvaldo for cheering for Kyle Vaught, Nicole Decker cheering for the number 8. Red Arnell in the chat also. So we got quite a few people in the chat. Appreciate y'all being out there.
And so one other feature, Lori needs to test it and see if it works. Oh, Jason Gaines crash. Did we have a crash? We had somebody hit the wall as part of what that was. We'll take a look real quick. But as I mentioned, there is a new feature that we're going to try out tonight when Lori gets an opportunity, a notification or alert system where she can pop it across the screen, both for your benefit and ours. We've got a blinker right here too. Was that in that maybe the 10 truck? Here, let's go back and take a look and see what happened to Jason Gaines for his fans to see if there was maybe it's just a wall strike.
Yeah,
or maybe
out.
it's a blink.
He blinked out, and then it looks like he may have hit the inside wall, but the camera didn't catch it. But he blew it up. He's done. He's out of the race.
Yeah, I see him right here down on the inside, by his inside retaining wall. He had that problem a couple weeks ago too. I hate that for him.
Yeah, because Jason is always one of the fastest guys out there. If he could get the internet gremlins under control, it's almost like we've talked about before, having a mechanical issue in real world cup racing or real world NASCAR. It's like sometimes they go a couple of weeks at a time and blow them up. He's having internet issues that Honda is doing the same thing to him.
But while we have this opportunity, we're going to go ahead and do one of our through the fields and see where everyone's running. Right now, we're riding on board with Chandler Paul. He's down one position from where he started, currently running in the 29th position, racing out of Mount Washington, Kentucky. Now we're on board with Dion Jones out of Dimondale, Michigan. He is down one position as well, running 28th. Scott Milner out of Pittsburgh, Indiana. He's up 3 spots from where he started tonight, running in 27th. Austin Paul, also out of Mount Washington, Kentucky, and yes, that is Chandler Paul's brother for those who are not tracking. He's up 5 spots, running in the 26th position. We're all aboard with George Rancone. He is racing out of Cumming, Georgia. He's right where he started in 25th position. And there's Laura with hello VRL across the screen, folks. If you can see that, that's what I was talking about. That way, if there's some important message that we've missed as broadcasters or something that the race admin needs to communicate not only with us but with the fans watching, she has the ability to do that now. So good luck to us. I might be in trouble if we're doing something wrong. But anyway, back on board with Greg Klein, up 5 spots from where he started the race, running in 24th. Dave Mayberry up 3 spots, running 23rd. John Schoenbachler, he is up 1 spot, running in the 22nd position. Good looking truck he's got going there. Tony Benfield, he is up, the faster pastor, racing out of Albemarle, North Carolina, is up 3 spots, running in 21st. We got John Gallagher, the 123 out of Roseville, California. He is up 1 spot, running 20th. And America's driver, Albert Anderson, for all the Anderson clan out there right now, he is down 2 spots from where he started, running in 19th. I wouldn't get too concerned. We know how Albert operates. He likes to save his stuff for the end of the race when it's the most important to have everything, all the fenders on it. 18th, down 5 spots. We were looking at Greg earlier. Don't know if maybe he did suffer a little bit of damage, but he's down 5 spots, running in the 18th position. Now we're on board with Mike Everidge. He's up 3 spots in 17th, racing out of Melbourne, Kentucky. Trevor Robertson in that really nice looking 6 truck here, up 3 spots, running 16th. Anthony Williams, he's up 3 spots, running the 15th position, the number 5 is. Now on board with the Mountain Dew truck here, the number 8 of Colin Decker. He's up 8 spots from where he started, running in the 14th position. Looks like maybe Jeremiah got a little out of shape there. Came off that wall there. So Jeremiah Burke is up 1 spot tonight in running 13th. Looks like he might get challenged by Colin Decker here in just a moment, though. Let's go forward a little bit. We're on board with Kyle Vaught. He is down 1 position from where he started in 11th, and he's currently running 12th. And you see, looks like Decker got a little out of shape there right in front of Kyle, coming out of the corner. 18 laps into this event, this is probably, they're going to start feeling these tires, but Derek is up 1 spot in 11th where he started. Dustin Eaton down 2 spots, running in the 10th position, and that is not a truck paint scheme I think I've seen on him. We'll get a closer look at that one later. Mike Adamson, the 88 NOS truck right here, he's up 1 spot from where he started in that Toyota Tundra, running in the 9th position. Jonathan Osborne out of Woodbury, New Jersey, up 1 spot, running in 8th. And then the 38 truck right in front of him, Chris Gomes, talked about him earlier, running right where he started in 7th. Tim Pope is down 2 positions from where he started. He's in that 7 Texaco machine right there, running behind Dylan Bryant. He's down 2 spots, as I mentioned, in 6th. Dylan Bryant is up 1 position, running in 5th. The Superman truck right there. And on his outside is a 023 machine of Scott Roney. Dylan's affecting a pass here. Going up to 4th as Scott drops to 5th position. And probably, he's going to be passed by Tim Pope as well. In the 3rd position, down one spot from where he started, is Jack Dixon, running 3rd. And Josh Bittner, this is one of the tracks that I think he's really fond of, along with Pocono. He's up 1 spot from where he started, running 2nd. Then you have Craig Goodenough out front, and by a lot, Ricky, 3.43 seconds at this point. He's just really taken off in the field. Looks like Team Tang is starting off strong and going to try to take the first 3 races of the season here.
Yeah, a long way to go, though. We got a long race. Craig's definitely setting a good, fast pace. I will mention, while you were going through the field, Andrew Coughlin lost connection for several laps. It looks like he may have came back, but that was unfortunate because he definitely lost connection for quite a few laps.
All right, folks, this is 23 laps into this. I'm trying to remember what their mileage was like on Monday. I want to say 31, 32 laps. We're going to find out here in a minute. It's like Kyle Vaught's calling out something here. Let's see what he's doing.
He just ran into Dustin Eaton. He was apologizing.
That's always good to do. You don't want to have anybody too upset with you, especially a tight running track like this.
And we've got a lot of guys struggling for grip. Okay,
right
around
here.
Kyle Vaught right there, Derek Welch almost had a wreck with Adamson.
Yeah, you see the 12, or I'm sorry, is that the 12 truck, or is that, no, that's Eaton. He's moving around pretty good. Derek's been sliding those tires. It's getting pretty sporty right here. We're still on board with Kyle. We're going to see if we look off of his roof cam. See how this looks. He's running just behind Mike Adamson there in the 88 truck. I think they got past Dustin. Dustin fell behind them. Okay.
I can tell you one of the things that's the tail of the tail is the last 5 or 10 lap averages that's going on. And Craig Goodenough, he is way out front, but he also has him covered on the last 5 lap averages. He's about 0.7 of a second faster than the next truck in lap averages over 5 laps. So he's almost made up a second on the field in 5 laps.
Well, how about this? We'll take a lap inside of his truck. Maybe we'll give away some of his secrets. What do you think?
I think he's got illegal tires. That's what Red Arnell says in the chat, and I think that's one of his buddies.
He's sitting there. He's pretty focused. He's checking out the times. You see on his right-hand screen there, he has a triple monitor set up. Good-looking rig. I'll actually go outside of his truck here so we can see what he's doing. You already got an inside look from his actual onboard camera. If I didn't mention it before, we do have 7 onboard cameras here tonight. We did have 8, but one of them unfortunately dropped out due to packet loss. Jack Dixon's camera. So Jack, if you can hear us out there and you're paying attention, if you got a chance on a pit stop or a yellow, bring that camera back up, man. We'll get you on board. Transition back over here. Yeah, he's got something going on there. The Ford truck.
I noticed.
Go ahead.
When you were in his in-car there for just that lap, the amount of movement that he has on his wheel, he wasn't making a lot of corrections. He just barely has the wheel turned. When you can make that little movement in the wheel, the least amount of movement you can have, the better that translates to tire wear. So I can tell that he's definitely not wearing those tires.
No, and we say that like it's easy, right? Hey, man, just don't move your wheel. But it's a whole other thing to execute.
Right. And go fast. I mean,
right.
You might be able to do it if you're going, 10 miles an hour off the pace, but these guys are hanging it out every lap, and he's hitting his marks and being able to not counter steer, and that's not putting the heat in their out front tire, and that's what's got him this far out front.
And for sure, he is now 4.43 out in front of second place of Josh Bittner. We're up to 32 laps now. I don't think it's going to be too much longer before we're going to see green flag pit stops here. We have not had a caution yet.
I'll ask you, because this is an opinion. I think that maybe aside from ISS, Dover is the hardest pit road to get off and on. So if they do start green flag pit stops, that could be a problem. What do you think about the pit entry?
No, I agree. And we got Chandler Paul already on pit road here. I agree with that. It's tough to get on the pit road, and you're trying to get on there as fast and efficiently as you possibly can. And guess what? Pit road speed's 35 miles an hour. And even in first gear, you're so easy to step across that line and get yourself a black flag penalty.
Oh, yeah. And it's tough to get on pit road here. I was watching Nick Neben the other day, one of his races that he had at Dover. He missed pit road, I think, at 2 or 3 laps in a row. And he's a very high-level iRacer. And it's tough to hit that transition just right.
Yeah, we're riding on board here with Jeremiah Burke out of Phoenix, Arizona. And he's just behind, looks like Greg Klein and George Rincon. Actually, George is passing him right here, and Greg's just ahead in that multicolored white and green truck. He seems to be running that high line. I don't know if he feels like it's saving him some tires. Maybe high enter, a little bit middle to low exit. Let's see if he does it again right here. Yeah, he's pretty high, but most people have migrated from that bottom line. iRacing does have dynamic track, so the longer everyone runs that bottom line, the more it's going to heat up, and then you can go searching for grip in the second and third lines and maybe find some speed.
Yeah, there's speed to be had if you can run a little higher, but you got to be careful and not jump the cushion, as they say in dirt.
Yeah, for sure. These guys are keeping it clean and green, and I'm not trying to jinx them by any means, but that just shows you that they're being smart about how they're racing, taking care of their equipment, and they want to make sure they have finished run. Basically, finish where you ran is the objective.
There is a group, Alan, from 4th to 10th that are basically on top of each other. That is a nice little wadded pack of trucks that can't get away from each other.
Yeah, right now we're on board with Chris Gomes. You can see right behind him is Jonathan Osborne, Scott Roney, and in front of him, Derek Welch. Looks like Jack Dix is going into the pits here.
Oh, and there's a caution. It may have been from somebody trying to pit and not making it. Yeah, somebody's in the outside wall.
Like maybe Colin Decker. We'll take a look here. We're looking at the A truck here with Colin Decker.
No, Kyle Vought's backwards against the outside wall, right at the pit entrance.
Oh, yeah, it's because Colin, he didn't know he was pitting. It was Colin and the A truck and the 16. That's what brought out the caution. That's what tends to happen. Got a nice clean race. We're, well into this. And then you have pit road is your culprit that's going to end up hurting you. It looks like these guys decided they're not going to go into a red flag pit there. But that's what happened. We'll see if we can get a word with Kyle Vaught. Once he's talking on the radio there. Oh, they're all piled up here.
Oh no, pit road's still closed, guys.
I don't know what.
It's flashing red. I see flashing red. I
see it too, but I think that's for Kyle, because you know how it could be for Kyle. You know how if you're not on the lead lap, it's going to show you red, but it just depends.
Right. Yeah, it could have been. I was looking at a different truck at the time, though, and I was still seeing I don't know.
It's hard to tell.
I see a lot of black flags being cleared, so this is one of those things that is a nightmare when a caution comes out right in the middle of a green flag pit stop cycle.
Yeah, for sure. And this is such a short track that we had, you should go around and catch the field ahead of time. And sometimes it's difficult to know at shorter tracks if you've already caught the field and now it's actually open. So everyone's trying to do the right thing here. Looks like the leaders are the leaders. You see like Trevor Robertson up here right now out front. Maybe he hadn't made a pit stop, but now they're going in now. You see the 16 as well. We're going to try to get a word with Kyle Vaught right after he makes this pit stop and see how that went down from his perspective. And you got Craig back out front here. Let's take a look and see if he already made his pit stop. Looks like he did pit lane on lap 38, and we're on 40. So he has made his stop along with Josh Bittner, second, Dylan Bryant, Chris Gomes, Tim Pope, Jonathan Osborne, Jack Dixon. All these folks have already been on pit road and come off. It looks like things are going to work out, even though that got jumbled a little bit there, Ricky, during the green flag pit cycle with a caution in the middle.
Yeah, it's what it's going to do though is there's going to be guys that are trapped further behind than they would have been now trying to get back up through the field quicker. It's this restart's going to be hairy. I'll just put it out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised especially if you got fast guys trapped. They're going to be trying to charge hard because 150 laps goes pretty quick here. We're 41 into this event already, especially if it goes green for a bit. They're going to feel like that they don't have time to make it up, being patient.
Well, we may have to. Oh, she did. The admin very smartly jumped in there and extended the caution by 1 lap because if you've ever seen a initial start at the Indy 500 where they're 3x3x3, they were 3x3x3 about 10 rows or about 5 rows deep. So that would not have been a good thing to start right there.
No. All right, let's get a word with Kyle real quick. Hey, Kyle Vaught, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Hey, what's going on?
So we saw that happen. What happened from your perspective on that incident?
I mean, this is, Colin he said he didn't hear me on all teams. Other people, my team did. So, I mean, there was a lot of people stepping on each other, and I should have been down more, but there was a lot of people down there, and I didn't want to jump down there and then spin myself out or mess anybody else up. So it's all good. I mean, I saw him coming, and I figured he heard me and was going to move up, and it's unfortunate timing. And now all this is all messed up right now. We all have black flags because people were stopping and then trying to go, and I don't know. I have damage still that I can't get repaired.
Well, it seems like it kind of worked out from where everybody was running right before the green flag cycle. This got jumbled up, so I think that the admins worked it out pretty well. Thanks for talking to us, and I just want to get a chance to talk to you before you go green here. You guys won the green already?
Not a problem. Yeah, we're about to go green right now, and hey, we're just going with it, you know?
All right, buddy. Good luck to you. All right, that was Kyle Vaught with Team Ain't Dead Yet. Great attitude considering he just got kind of wiped out going into the pits.
That's what I love about Kyle. He's always got such a good attitude, even when things don't go his way. He's a really good person to have in your chat to calm you down when things don't go my way or some of the other drivers' way. Having him and Tim Pope in the chat is very therapeutic.
Yeah, for sure. So looks like we are clean and green on this restart so far. Still got Craig Goodenough out front. Dylan Bryant in second at 0.37 behind him. Third place is the 84 of Bittner. Fourth is Osborne. And fifth is the 21 truck of Derek Welch. And while we have a chance and we're green, how about we do a crank it up segment here, Ricky? Couple laps.
Go for it.
Up segment. Hope you enjoyed that. We got a chance to see some of the drivers throughout the field there in different camera perspectives and keeping that volume nice and high for you.
Got some new people in the chat. We've got Kip Cook now in the chat, cheering for Stoney Benfield. We also have Verde in the chat. He was cheering for Kyle Vaught. Kyle's he's got a lot of work to do now, coming back from behind the 8-ball. And Jalemi is asking how Decker's doing and asking if he's still sandbagging. And well, I don't know if he is sandbagging, but he definitely caught the wall there, and I'm sure he's got some damage. So hopefully he's got most of that repaired.
Yeah, we got an admin message come across the screen there as well, Ricky. And she said, great Crank It Up segment. Well, thanks. I'm glad it came through nice and loud for you there, Lori. Yeah, Ricky, these drivers are just behaving themselves tonight.
Yeah, I mean, maybe it's because Dover is such a track to be on edge at that they're all just being ultra careful. Now, that did take things up though, because Tim Pope and Jack Dixon were both up front when that caution came out, and they both, with the way the pit cycle happened, they're back in like 17th and 15th. So they got a long way to come back up through there. Burke's trying to work his way back up, so a lot of movement. Caution.
George Rincon turned around there on the front stretch. Guess we jinxed him a little bit there, talking about behaving.
Oh, no.
Did get a little help, maybe.
Got a little help from Dixon.
Oh, it's just clipped his right rear. Sure did. As far as I jinxed it, Alan, yeah, I sure did. I think I jinxed it. Did not mean to do that to you, George.
If I remember right, Alan, the last corner at Sonoma a couple of weeks ago, or last week, Dixon was spun from the front end of the 28 on the last corner. So I'm not saying there's retaliation, but those two are kind of stuck together for some reason.
Yeah, a little tight action going on there for sure. Let's see what it looks like from his perspective inside the cockpit, actually. You're riding on board with George. Just coming around holding that bottom. And once you get that, there's really no recovering from that type of contact, Ricky, at that point in the turn, at least.
No, it's a lot easier to catch it going into the turn if you've never driven or don't understand how it works. The dynamics. As you're coming out of the corner, the trucks are unloading, what they call unloading, and the springs are coming back up. So if you get hit coming out of the corner, it's really tough to catch it. I mean, it's almost impossible.
Looks like George is on pit lane right there. We'll try to get a word with him before we go back to green. I don't know if he's coming out. We'll take a look here. I think he might be coming off pit where he is. But he's already had his service. Let's see if we can get a word with him in the booth here. As I get to his team, here we are right here. Hey, George, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, we were watching as you were turned around the wrong direction there on the front stretch, and we just wanted to pull you up and see how that happened from your perspective.
I think I got hit in the rear by Jack, but that's what it felt like, but I don't know if that was the case or not. Fortunately, I just barely grazed the wall, so no damage. Tires are still good, so just fuel it up and start over again.
Yeah, it looks like you're running back in the 16th position right now. I mean, you didn't go all the way to the back either, so that's good for, considering being spun in a tight track like this. You kind of came out pretty clean as you could probably want to with no fast repairs.
Oh, I'm very, very lucky and very happy because I want to run the whole thing. That's what I always strive to do. So.
Well, hey, man, we just wanted to get you up here for a moment. We know we're lining back up to get this thing back under green. Thank you very much for talking to us and taking a moment.
No problem. Thank you, sir.
All right, out of here.
Yep, later.
And we got him back down to Team Goodweiser. The lights are out atop the pace truck here, folks, which means we are going green coming up. Want to do a check on the chat there, Ricky? Anything in there?
Oh yeah, Jalemi still talking. Jason Gaines had the same PC issues he had Friday. No idea what's wrong. Just glad nobody got caught up. Earl Evans now joining us in the chat. He's cheering for Chachi, Jonathan Osborne, and that pretty much catches up. I know on that pit cycle we had a few things going on that I'll talk about after we go through here.
Oh, we're gone. The two leaders on each row actually spun their tires. Even Craig did, but he got away anyway. At 51, lost a little bit of pace there, and Osborne did not get a good restart. He was running third. Probably if he had, I don't know if he pit there, but he's going to try and make a pass here in the 51. As you see that beehive behind them. Oh, 51's around. He's in the wall.
Oh, he's trying to. Oh, they can't stop.
Oh no. Well, we'll go back and see what happened there, but that's definitely, he's not going to win based on that kind of contact. He'd probably be lucky he's going to be able to continue. It doesn't look as bad as I expected, though, Ricky. Just looking cosmetically, but I'm sure he's got much more damage within the wheel well.
Yeah, I'm trying to. There's going to be a little bit to unpack there. I'm not sure if that's netcode or if he got turned.
So we're going to go back here and we'll take a look. Maybe we'll take an overhead shot at this one. Okay,
oh, that was netcode.
Racing here with the 81 just behind him. He's up high. Yeah, just a bit. 81 was in there. Don't know how tight it was. From this perspective, there may have been contact. Let's take a look off the nose of the 81 truck of Jonathan Osborne. Here we are just behind them. Go down that back stretch again. Slow it down for you a little bit. Might have been just a bit of netcode, but it wasn't much. Another look here. Little right side view. Oh, that was bigger than it looks from the other camera angles, Ricky. You're right. See what you can see there. They don't actually touch.
Yeah, the couple angles look that way, but I had seen that angle you're looking at right there pretty much. And I could tell that there was quite a bit of netcode.
Yeah. So if you're not familiar, ladies and gentlemen, with netcode, what it's doing is it's anticipating where you're going to be. And sometimes whenever our signals, because we're all racing from home, different levels of speed sometimes as far as the network's concerned, it can anticipate erroneously. And then you get a turn like that whenever there was actually no contact. Now, some people would argue. Well, some people would argue, well, it's just not visible on your screen, things like that. But it's hard to sit there and assign blame when it's clearly not there on the screen, at least.
Yeah, exactly. We do have somebody else new in the chat. Elsie Zoller or Zeller, Go for Gones. He's in the chat, and Jalemi said wrecking. We're going to need a reset for old Ralph. And I'd say Decker, that shot right there did hurt him pretty bad.
Yeah, it sure did. See if we can get on board here as we're getting ready to go green. On this lap, you should see the pace truck. This is our third caution for the evening. 62 laps into the event, and not much has changed up front, folks. 89 of Craig Goodenough is still out front. 81 of Jonathan Osborne in second. Chris Goins in at 38. He's got a fan in the chat there. New chat, welcome. Running third. At 21 of Derek Welch is in fourth. Dave Mayberry's in fifth. Dave's having a good evening so far. As you see that pace truck drop off of the 18-degree banking there and is in control of Craig Goodenough as he gets to this restart zone where you see the green on the right-hand side. He takes off. A little better traction that time, looks like. From the 89 truck. He sweeps up high in front of the 81 going down into turn 1 and 2. Running a little bit off of the very bottom line. Ooh, 81 got danger close to that outside wall there. If we can go back here and look at some of this action here. This is looking pretty sporty to get back into this pack. Right on board with George Rincon. He's in a 28 truck. You see there on the outside.
We'll need to do some recon. Bittner had pitted 2 cautions ago, and that's one thing I noticed. He stayed. He didn't just pit. He stayed in the pits for almost a lap, and I don't think he had damage. So I don't know if he had some kind of connection problem or what, but he almost went a lap down and went all the way to the back from second. So he had something happen.
You're on board with Andrew Cawthon right now. He's just behind that 53 truck of Jeremiah Burke. Getting passed by Dion Jones. Don't know if he's having an issue or if he's just trying to conserve his equipment there. We're going to kind of go through the field here as we're coming up on 67 laps complete out of 150 laps here. Not quite halfway yet, folks. A long way, a lot of racing to get done here. So let's go back through the field. We are on board with the number 10 truck of Andrew Cawthon. He is down 14 spots. He may have might be carrying some damage, Ricky. He's down 14 spots, running at 30th. And we'll move on up here. The next position is Chandler Paul in 29th, only down 1 spot from where he started. Kyle Vaught's running in 28th, down 17 spots. And we saw him getting involved in an incident earlier where he was damaged from the rear trying to get on the pit lane. Next up is Colin Decker. You see something?
We're side by side for the lead, banging a little bit, banging.
Here we go. Take a look at this. Right on board with the 81, who has been the first challenge we've seen tonight, really, for Craig's dominance up there on the pole position.
Yeah, that's. I was just trying to keep my eyes on the pack as you was going through the field, and I noticed Osborne catch Craig, and then they made a lot contact twice, and I thought it was getting a little interesting. We were having a race for the lead, and Osborne may have found something there on the outside to get some momentum.
Yeah, he's definitely creating an opportunity for himself there on that higher line. The only question is Craig able to counter this, or is you got the 38 creeping into this picture as well? You can't go to sleep on Chris Gomes. He's a fast driver in this league, any league rather. He's going to put the whipping on you if you don't pay attention while these two are fighting.
I don't know if Good Enough has had contact, or he didn't change tires when he should, like maybe only changed 2 tires. I don't know. It's like his pace has fallen way off, and this front group's staying right with him now.
But he did go in 1 lap prior to these trucks behind him. He was the last on pit lane on 38. They were on lap 39. The pit lane times were very similar, so they were on pit road at least long enough to get 4 tires. Don't know that they did. I'm assuming they did, because I wouldn't go with less than 4 here. And now as you say that, he's starting to pull away. He may have just been conserving.
Yeah, that maybe he saw his tire wear on that last pit stop and figured he needed to dial it back a little because he had got so far out ahead. He don't need to push it as much.
Yeah, as you see, the 21 has effected a pass on the 38, so Derek Welch is up to 3rd position. A total of 9 for the evening. Derek is also very good at saving his equipment. If he gets around the 81 here, he may be the next to challenge Good Enough for the lead.
I think you need to give a shout. We need to give a shout out to Mayberry. He is running 5th. The mouth is really making it work here at Dover. I don't know if it's a track that Dave likes all that much, or he's just found some speed somewhere. But Mayberry's solidly in the top 5.
Yeah, he is running very well, up 21 positions from where he started tonight. He's racing out of Tucson, Arizona. Go ahead.
Jack Dixon also, he had that stumble on pit road, I think due to the green flag pit stop cycle, where he was back to about 20th. He's back up to 6th. I definitely wouldn't count Jack out. He really likes short tracks, and this race is a lot like short.
For sure. As we're looking up front here, it is getting pretty tight here. It's like Chris may be suffering a little bit on his tire wear. Or actually, he got around Jonathan as well. That was a pass. He actually made a pass, followed Derek Welch through. So Derek is up to 2nd position. up 10 spots now overall in the Eden. Let's see if he is able, and we'll take a look here as we go on board with him. He's going to be challenged maybe by the 38. We'll bring up the battle box though here. What kind of times we have in comparison to the leader. Oh, little contact between the 38 and the 21 there. Little chin music.
Just a little how do you do and moving on through.
We'll see if is repaid in kind. I don't know if he's going to be able to get to him to do it though. So Derek is back down to third. Don't know that I saw he's loose. You see loose coming out of the corner there. We saw that a lot on his previous runs. So he's really leaning on that right rear tire.
Yeah, Adamson coming flying up through here all of a sudden too.
Yep.
Oh, Dixon hard in the wall. I don't know what happened, but he is off the pace.
See that there. We'll see if we can take a look. We'll go on board with Dixon. Like he's fine coming out of that turn. A little bit of a scrape on the wall there. He's on the outside of the 92 right there. The 92 gets a little bit loose. That's what happens. 92 gets a little bit loose up underneath him and crowds the 48 up into the outside retaining wall. Doesn't look like he hurt himself too much, but it looks like it's still put together. We'll see where he's running right now. Still running 14th, down 12. Looks like he's hit pit lane though.
Josh Bittner's coming into the pits. Something going on with the 84.
He looks like he's okay. Truck doesn't look crunched up or anything. Maybe he's just playing a strategy here. He's trying to split it up here. I mean,
could be. I mean, Josh is definitely somebody that tries to go off strategy.
What were they running? About 35 laps before or so. That's going to put him at 117. Yeah, that'll get him this. So he's probably doing a two-stop. He's trying to have the freshest tires, most likely, over the next two runs. We're going to have to, and you see the leader just pulling in behind him. That probably forced his hand to come in there as Mike Adamson inherits the lead right now. We'll see how long these folks decide to stay out. So I don't know if they were out of fuel yet or they're just coming in a little bit early, counting on trying to have fresher tires longer.
I would be scared to death to stay out at this track. Or no, to pit early, sorry. Because a caution and you're maybe 2 laps down.
No, absolutely. While we're starting to do this, did anybody? I think I saw some action in the chat there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Control-Alt-Delete's now in the chat. He said he needed the sandbagger to stop sandbagging. He's talking about Decker. Dylan Bryant said the crew couldn't repair his damage, so he's out, which tough break for Dylan. He had a really fast truck. And, so that's Edith Anderson and Kathy Anderson has also both joined us in the chat tonight.
Well, hey, welcome to the Anderson clan there. And everybody else, we got a couple of new folks in the chat. Thank you for tuning in to the Vigilante Racing Network for our presentation of the VRL Premiere Series here every Wednesday night. Make sure you like and subscribe if you're enjoying the show and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the racing action here at VRN. As we're watching Anthony Williams in the fire truck racing out of Blanchard, Oklahoma, making his way off of pit lane, having received his service. Now, Mike is running and playing it long here. Maybe this is an opportunity. Yes, I would be afraid to pit early here for fear of getting trapped a lap down because it's so easy because you basically go down 2 laps when you make a green flag pit stop here, Ricky.
Yeah, you do. And I mean, yes, staying out is going to hurt you in the long run if you do wind up having to pit. But if there's a caution, you are really, really prepping a lot of people a lap down.
Which is definitely probably what he's thinking. The question is, how long can he go? He was last on pit lane at lap 60, so he should be able another maybe 10 laps. As you see, the difference right there is 81. Chachi is catching and passing Mike Adamson. You see the tremendous difference between old versus new tires. I mean, it's like he's standing still.
John Schoenbachler in second. He's doing the same strategy there, trying to run it out.
Hey man, if you do what the leader does every time, you're just going to follow the leader to the checkered flag, right?
That's right. And I'm looking at the amount of laps. The most laps are in right now is 32, 33. But you do have some guys like Milner, Average, and Adamson that's only on 29. So they've got a few more laps to play with.
Got Lori out there in the chat
Adamson's
saying, "Hey,
pitting.
if you're watching, please give the broadcast a thumbs up." Yes, please do. As we see Mike Adamson now making his way on pit lane. Didn't work out for him this time. Now the question is, Ricky, will they try it again if we stay green to the final stops? That might be an opportunity. You know, if you're just looking for the win and not necessarily, hey, the best finish you can have, that might be the play.
Yeah, that's definitely the play now for those guys. They kind of put themselves in that corner where now they're going to have to hope that it goes long enough again to where the pit stops start coming up for those guys that pitted early.
I mean, you're looking at John Schoenbacher right now in that 12 truck as he just scrapes the wall. He went last on pit lane on lap 56. So that's 4 laps longer out on the track than Mike Adamson was. So getting great gas mileage.
Yeah, Deion Jones and Scott Milner have 5 more laps to play with than everybody else.
So 36 laps is what John just ran as he does make his way onto pit lane for service. So that's what we're looking at there. So if we're just backwards planning here, folks, taking a look at the end of this race, that means he could go in on his next stop around lap 114 and make it to the end. Now, he has no margin for any error as far as, a late caution. He'd be okay there. But if it's a very late caution, he doesn't want to go in and keep his track position. He might be in trouble on that green-white checker. So Tim Pope right now is showing as your leader on the track, and he went in on 56. Tony Benfield's running second. Greg Dobson is in third. Jeremiah Burke is in fourth. Scott Milner is in fifth. And Craig Goodenough, I'm showing him a lap down. These guys haven't gone to pit lane, though, yet. 56. They're all 56 and 55, lap 55. Milner's one was lap 60. So we should see Tim. How long is he going to make it? That's 2 laps longer than we saw Schoenbachler.
Yeah, he's got to be coming in any time. But man, if they caught a caution right now, the whole complexion of this race would change.
Yeah, you see him touching the wall there. He has definitely wore those tires out. And he's also trying to give way to these very fast trucks. You see America's Driver and the 99 truck going by, along with the 123 truck as well. He is still staying. He's still not hitting pit lane. We're on lap 96. And he was last out there at 56. He's on lap 40 of this run. Now,
There's not too many drivers out there that can save gas like Tim Pope. He's probably one of the best at clutching it or however he does it to save gas. He's really good at it.
Oh, he's doing a great job of it right now. As you did see the 89 truck go by him, Goodenough did unlap himself. So Goodenough is the final truck right now on the lead lap in 6th position. So to your point, if they were to have a caution right now, Tim would be in the catbird seat. Now he would have Greg Dobson, Jeremiah Burks, Tony Benfield. Actually, he just went on pit road. Scott Milner and Craig out there with him as we now see Tim making it on. Incredible. So he's coming nearly to lap 99. While he's on pit road, he's going to cross for 99. And he was last on at 56. So that's 43 laps nearly.
Craig Dobson just inherited the lead, and he's went 42 laps, so he's stretched it the longest.
If this goes green, it's going to be a distinct possibility these guys have a chance to win this race.
Dobson's still staying out there, man. He must have really saved some gas.
He was also lap 56. Now he is the longest one staying out there.
But they did have a couple of cautions in there, so I don't think that even if he pits now, that he can make it to the end of the race. I don't care how much gas you save. Yeah, I don't think you're going to make it 50 laps.
No, but he sure is going to be able to stay out longer at the end of this thing. Other people are going to have to pit one more time.
Yeah, he'll be a lot fresher tires and still having a lot of gas in his truck when other guys having to start pit again.
Going to go in this time. He is. So lap 101, he's making his stop.
Oh, Jack Dixon has just tore the front end off of his truck.
That's 45 laps there, Ricky. That's crazy. Jack Dixon, let's take a look. That 48
Oh,
truck.
he got some hard contact from Mike Adamson going into turn 1.
Where's Jack? Run it, Jack. Here he is. Sarah says, hey, so my daughter, that's my daughter, Sarah. Lori's letting me know that she says, hello. Hello, Laura, Sarah. Sorry I couldn't talk to you. Let's take a look and see what happened with Jack here. Find that 48 truck again. It likes to move on me. When we go back to take a look. There we are. Here we are right here. This might be post-incident, actually. We didn't quite get there. Here we go. So he's racing along there with the 023 Scott Roney and the 88 Mike Adamson. Maybe got a little help. Oh, wow. Let's take a look from up top and see if that was a contact.
I think maybe he slowed down more than Mike anticipated.
A little bump there. Oh, that's what it took. And it was as they're entering the corner, and Jack just could not recover from that. Did a good job keeping it up out of the groove, and we end up staying green there. He's waited for, that's a respectful driver. Jack is a real world race car driver as well, so he understands the importance of not affecting other drivers if you can help it.
So Brett Goodenough cycled back to the lead. Tim Pope and Albert Anderson are 12th and 13th right ahead of him, but now Pope's got him and Burke have much fresher tires, so they should run away. So we're probably going to have about 12 trucks on the lead lap here in a few laps.
All right, we're at 106. You can see that the leader's out by 3.67 seconds over the 38 truck, which I warned you about. Chris Goins, got to watch out for him. He just comes into that picture when you least expect it, followed by the 81 in third. Jonathan Osborne and Mike Adamson's up to fourth in that 88 truck. Scott Roney rounds out your top 5. And while we have the opportunity, I want to hit all of the onboard driver cams that we have for tonight. See if we can get a look at these folks. Let's take a look at the 085 of Greg Dobson. Here's Greg. He has that nice low side close-up cam there, but a nice crystal clear picture. You can see that he is definitely focused in on what he's doing. Like he's using a G920 setup there. Love that thing. That's what I started with. It was an awesome setup for me. I highly recommend it. Anybody looking to get into iRacing, that's definitely a quality wheel that will take you years into the future before you have to upgrade or want to. Let's see if what next camera we can get on board with here. So that was Greg Dobson in the 085 truck. Next we have Colin Decker. He's had a little bit of an eventful evening. Where's Colin running at right now? Let's take a look.
He's on pit road. I think he may be, his truck may be terminally damaged.
Oh, I do see him. Let's see if he's actually sitting in his seat there. I think we lost his camera actually. Yep. He may have had to call tonight because he's smoking there on pit lane for sure. So I hate it for you, Colin. No, you very fast at this track. He was on Monday as well. Just got caught up in some incidents there. Let's see. Next would be Andrew Cawthon. Andrew Cawthon may be out as well. Is he out?
No, he's on the track 27th. He's on the back strip.
Okay, but we lost his feed, so don't have his feed. We do have Kyle Vaught's feed, though. Let's take a look and see where Kyle is running at right now. Let's see. He is running 24th, 13 positions off of where he started for the evening. They're running his Chase Elliott gear for Hendrick Motorsports. No, he's a big Xfinity fan as well. That number 7 car in the Xfinity series. All right, let's see if we can go back. We got that look there. Next camera. We don't have one for Derek Welch tonight.
Welch is out of the race. He pulled off during that pit stop cycle and looked like his truck was fine, and he just pulled off and disconnected. So he must have had something else going on, made him disconnect.
All right, and your last camera that we currently still have up is your leader, Craig Goodenough, in that 89 Ford F-150. Just basically putting on a clinic right now tonight at just about 2 seconds in front of second place, Chris Gomes. Now, that is not the biggest gap that he's had over the evening, so is the 38 closing in?
Over the last 5 laps, yes, he is. Just not much, but he is faster on the average.
But you can see we're sitting here, we're taking a look on board. Chris Gomes racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina. You can see the leader right there in front of him. And I know I get the bit in my teeth, Ricky, whenever I can see the leader, and I really buckle down. I wish I had a camera on board with Chris right now to see what kind of focus he was employing.
Yeah, he's definitely locked in.
All right, let's go through your running order right now. So we mentioned Craig Goodenough. He is out by nearly, and did he just smack the wall there? I think he did. He dropped 2 or 3 tenths right there. So his lead has been cut to 1.63 seconds. We're at 117 laps of 150. And what did I mention before? They could go in about, what, 114 to 117. We should see green flag
already
pit stops
pitted,
coming.
so they're going to start coming.
So he's still staying out there. Next, you got Chris Gomes in second, as we mentioned. Mike Adamson is up 7 spots. He's running in the 3rd position right now. 4th, you got Jonathan Osborne. He's up 5, running 4th. John Schoenbachler always seems to find his way towards the front and the pointy end of this of the field whenever the money is on the line and the pay window opens. He's running 5th, 18 positions from where he started. Tim Pope's down 2. Tim, though he's running 6th right now, is great because, like you mentioned before, he was down around 13th to 17th after that round of pit stops. Actually, just moved up to 5th place. John Osborne just went on pit lane. Looks like he may have smoked his tires. He did. Watch this. This is a tough pit lane to get onto. You're going to be demonstrated right here. Oh, no. Oh, that is terrible for Jonathan, because he was running so well this evening. That is going to just that's going to ruin his chances of being able to win this race. Let's see. Let's go back on board. Dave Mayberry having a great run tonight. He's in 6th. Tony Benfield running 7th right now. It sounds like you see the people popping up there on the screen. The radio communications, they're probably all calling out that they're going on pit lane.
Yeah, the leader's in the pits right now, Craig Goodenough.
So this will be the last pit stop that they have to do for the evening. This probably should drag everyone else because they don't want him out there making time. Of course, I don't know though. We had those folks counting on a caution, and we just saw nearly the 81 bringing out a caution.
Yeah, no, it's Greg Dobson. He had already moved back up to like 10. He was flying. He was a second a lap faster than the leaders over the last 5 lap average. He'll stay out as long as he possibly can.
Now, it did drag in Chris Gomes and Mike Adamson. They're immediately on the next lap coming down pit lane. Craig's on pit lane. Dave Mayberry, Greg Klein, Dustin Eaton. Jonathan Oswald's probably going to be there for a while. We saw the damage that he incurred as he came down pit lane. But these folks are not. They're going to be, you're going to see them start to come off here, and we'll see how they wash or they blend back into the field. So Craig's back out on the track, running 12th right now. So we'll see how this goes. You got John Schoenbacher, we mentioned. He's up 22 spots now for the night, and he is running first, but about to be passed by The GOAT himself, Tim Pope. You just don't know what he has in store. 124 laps into this, coming to cross the line for 25 to go. 25 laps as soon as he gets across that line. And he was last on pit lane on lap 98. And what did we say? About 45 laps was the furthest we saw anybody run. So he came in on 98. We go, it's going to be super close. 143 he can make it to. That's a long time to allow somebody to, is that right?
That would
That's
be right,
right.
but I think that those guys had some yellow flag in those 40 some laps they had, so I don't think they can go that long.
Yeah, he can certainly go probably another 10 laps, I would imagine, to 35, 36.
Yeah.
I did see that. And then, so he's praying for caution right now. As you see, Josh Schoenbacher on pit lane. He's going to go ahead and take his service now. Anything in the chat there, in the interwebs there, Ricky?
Yeah, when you was on Kyle Vaughn, Osvaldo made the comment he didn't look very happy. Earl Evans said Chachi can't drive. That was after Osborne hit the wall there, making fun of his buddy. And Jalemi said, no quit, Decker's taking it. I don't, if Decker takes this one, I believe everybody else has lost connection.
Brett Goodenough just had a major incident. He just hit the inside retaining wall. I think it may have. We'll have to take a look at that, Ricky. Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're good.
Go take a look. I just happened to catch that as I was listening to you.
Oh, he did. He hit the outside wall and then the inside wall.
Right here, he seems to be fine. Might be the next lap. I went back a little ways so I can make sure I saw what happened. Riding on board with Craig Goodenough right now. He was right behind America's driver, Albert Anderson, at 99 truck. I saw just in the background. I think it happens around this right here. Maybe not. Gets a little loose there. Coming out of 3 and 4 again.
It was when he was trying to pass Kyle Vaught, and so I don't know where Kyle's at in this picture, but he was trying to get inside of him and he got loose.
I may have went back a little bit too far, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. A little left tap from the 7. I really went back far. It didn't register as a wreck. That's why I couldn't go right back straight to it. All right, we'll go live. Let's see if I can find it better. He's still out there running. He's still in third.
Yeah, and Klein was right to his tail when that happened. Or Gones. It was right to his tail when that happened, and he's pulled back away from Gones with a little bit of damage.
Let's see if I can find it inside of this, because it was a significant contact.
It happened on lap 125.
125. Thank you for that.
Coming to 126. So.
Greg's back in the lead right now. So right here. Okay, just goes past Kyle there. Wes is going to elude us, folks. I don't know. It didn't register in the software for us to be able to go straight back to, so this is where we're at now. Apparently, it wasn't bad enough to stop him. He's still out front with 18 to go.
And he's in traffic, man. He's in some serious traffic.
You're riding behind there.
Pastor.
Stony Benfield.
Who's in 10th, trying to stay on the lead lap. Greg Dobson is 11th. He'll be getting his lap back because he's got fresh tires.
Chris Gomes right there in that 38 truck, he is lurking. And if there's any damage on that 89 truck, he's going to be able to take advantage of that. See about the battle box here. We'll see from Chris, it's only a 0.67 difference. How fast can the 89 dispatch the faster passenger and get around him? And also Chris Goins is going to have to get around that 085 truck.
Well, Tony Benfield only has 8 laps on his tires. Good Enough has 15. So
Tony's driving away.
I think he's driving away. Yeah, I think,
Yeah.
and Dobson may pass him here soon too.
And you know, Goins is dropping a little bit, but not enough. We're down to 14 to go here. He's only at 0.5. It's dropping a little bit now. As Dobson goes up underneath the 89 truck, might play right into Chris's hands. He's definitely dropping it now. He's at 0.33. Are we going to have a battle for the win here in the last lap?
If we make it to that point this week, these two aren't teammates, so I bet they won't play quite as nice.
No, I'll tell you what, Chris does have 1 lap fresher tires. I don't see any adverse effects on the 89 from that contact he had, which is amazing.
Yeah, because he hit the outside wall and then he hit the inside wall, and I thought he hit them both decently hard.
You got Kathy A in the chat there saying, yes, Albert, keep moving up. Where's Albert running right now? It's like, where's Anderson?
14th.
14th. Well, we're still watching it now. It is still 0.35, holding pretty tight, but he is around the 0.5 now. He's running out of time.
All it takes is one bobble at Dover, though, that you can lose half a second in one turn.
Yeah, he's down to 0.2. He's under 0.2 now. He is there.
Got to take a defensive line going into turn 3.
Yeah, this is going to get spicy before it's over. Trying to get position there on the inside. He has position. He has the preferred groove down low. Greg may be feeling the effects of that damage. Is probably dragging his tire a little bit or something. Because that was pretty good contact, Ricky. Hard to believe he walked away unscathed.
Yeah, and Goins has been putting the pressure on. They were about pretty well even, and with the 1 lap better tires plus possibly a little bit of damage for Craig, I think Craig has decided to wave the white flag.
And he's definitely trying to bring it home with the best finish he can have. He does seem to be suffering from a little bit of damage there. So now if you look at Craig, the next one behind him is pretty good ways back. That's Mike Adamson. He's up 3 spots, but he's significantly, let's see. Yeah, from Mike up to, well, actually, I don't see them on that screen
it's
there.
Almost
but,
four,
yeah,
it's almost
about,
4 seconds.
I see, yeah, almost 5 to the lead, but 4 seconds to good enough, yep. And then Schoenbachler's 12 seconds back off the leader in 4th. So if this stays green for the rest of the way, Chris has got a great opportunity here to win a race.
Yeah, his first ever VRL win.
Get rid of that battle box there for you. Let's take a look at the track map. You can see that we are on your leader, the 38, and he is outlined in green on that map. He's just now going into the turn. Second place is not far behind him, but you can see the difference. Third place is just now entering the corner. So yeah, he's pulling away. Any tight battles you see? Let's take a look right here. Looks like maybe Pope and Schoenbacher are getting pretty tight back here. No, it looks tighter on the numbers than it does on the track.
Well, Pope just passed Roney a minute ago. Well, no, he's right on Schoenbachler. He's getting ready to try to pounce on him going into turn 3.
Look at the reflection off of his paint job. It's incredible what iRacing does. He is making a move on that Coors Light right there in front of him. Chevy. I'm going to try to get it run. Strolenbacher's running a good defensive line. No one is giving up anything they don't have to here tonight. You're not missing anything up front, folks. 38 is out front by 1.7 seconds, roughly. Oh, somebody gets out of shape there. That's the last thing Chris Goins wants to see is a caution at this point. Come back around. We are on board with your leader as we are 2 to go. 2 to go.
Yeah, Goins has a huge margin in front of him and behind him. All he's got to do is pray for the next half lap there's not a caution.
Yeah, he definitely has the fuel to make it, so there's no issues there. He's making his way down in 3 and 4 for the penultimate lap here. And we are 1 to go. Next flag will end this race, folks. Chris Goins, what a great run for him tonight, Ricky. I mean, we talked about how he was just making his way up towards the front. It didn't look like anyone was going to be able to overcome good enough's advantage on this track. But he is doing a great job of it as he's making his way, coming to his first checkered flag ever in the Vigilante Racing League Premiere Series. Congratulations to Chris Goins in that 38 truck racing out of Charlotte, North Carolina.
Really good run for Goins. Really solid all night up front and was able to put it together.
Craig Goodenough brings it home in second position. I'm sure it's going to be a heartbreaker for him considering the advantage he had. I just have to think that that damage that he probably and likely incurred played a factor into this. Great race from the VRL admin. Congrats to Goins on the screen there, folks. And then Mike Adamson brings it home in third position. So that is your podium, folks. And we're going to be right back and get ready to interview all 3 of your podium finishers, as well as run down the final running order for this evening's event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Alan and Ricky back from the break. And we're now going to pull up your third place finisher, Mr. Mike Adamson, for an interview this weekend as part of the podium package. Hey, Mike Adamson, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. Do you got us?
Absolutely.
Hey, man, great run tonight. Congratulations on the third place finish. You definitely came up 7 spots from where you started, but with the green flag look of this race, it was a 180 mile an hour strategy out there you had to work out to be able to get up to this position. How was it from your perspective?
Yeah, it was a little rough off the start. Kind of got off to a slow start, but as we got going, kind of strategized with Andrew Cawthon a little bit on how to run that end of that race, and it played out. I'll take it.
Were there any key moments in the race for you that you thought stood out?
No, I mean, other than a caution that came out when I went lap down, got my lap back, came back, and then the next caution came in and pitted and took fresh tires there and was able to run to the front for a little bit.
Okay, hey Ricky, what do you got for our third place finisher?
Well, Mike, I know you're one of the kings of the concrete, so I don't definitely expected you to be up front tonight. So a good run. I did notice, I think it was one of those cautions you spun onto pit road trying to miss it. Did that hurt your tires and maybe keep you a little further back than you wanted to be?
It did. I mean, it was close call there. I didn't hit anything, just backed her up, got back on the pit road. I was trying to avoid a wreck that was in front of me, but was able to save it, get it back up on the track, and take off.
Well, hey, Mike, you had a great podium finish tonight, man. I know you're looking to make it a very competitive season. Do you have any shout-outs for teams, fans, or family before we let you go?
As always, I thank my wife. Without her, I don't do what I do. I thank my kids, Dale, Taylor, Lane, and Riley. All the guys back at the shop. We brought it home third. I know y'all are watching. I'll see y'all in the morning.
All right, buddy. Thanks, and congratulations again. We'll see you next time.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Ricky.
Yes, sir.
All right, that was your third place finisher, Mr. Mike Adamson in the 88 truck. And we will get set up here for your second place finisher, Craig Goodenough. Hey, Craig, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got us?
Yeah, we got you, man. What's up?
Man, we looked like you had this race on lockdown. We did see, and we can see the damage right now in your truck on the screen. We saw an incident on the front stretch there towards the end of the run, and we're kind of contemplating or discussing rather that had to affect you. Did you feel the difference? Did you have damage?
Yes, we definitely had damage. As soon as I was coming through the corner, I seen that Kyle was up top, but I figured that my closing rate wasn't going to be as fast as it was. And then I think he noticed me, and then they both kind of slowed up because he had one on the inside of him. So then my closing rate got even faster. So I hit the brakes, went into the outside wall, and then he got into him and went into the inside wall. And as soon as I hit the outside wall, he goes, wheel damage. And I was like, oh, well, let's just see how well we can do with this. And I thought I had it doing okay. I kind of stretched it back out on Chris a little bit. And then I could tell it was just getting worse and worse. The wheel was sitting to the right at about 3 o'clock. So I was just trying to survive at that point.
Yeah, I mean, Rick and I were shocked. It was like, man, that was a pretty good lick. And then you were pulling it out. A little bit of a lead there. It was like, okay, maybe it just didn't quite affect him as much as we expected. But perhaps you were dragging that tire, and it was just because something that came to fruition as you ran more and more laps. Chris was able to get in there and take advantage of it. But Ricky, what do you got for our second place finisher?
Yeah, it's tough to see you hit the wall there, buddy. I thought you was going to get 2 in a row, or well, 2 for 3, I guess, this year. But I did want to ask you though. It looked like you really took off that first run, and then that second run, you was back there with Osborne. Was you just trying to save your tires and not completely drive the wheels off of it?
Yeah. I wanted to try to save as much as I could because I figured it was going to offset our strategies a little bit. So I wanted to save as much as I could. And I figured as long as I was glued to the bottom, he couldn't really get around me. And it would burn his stuff up, trying to hang out there and continually try to pass. So that was kind of my tactics. Just stay to the bottom, stay glued to the bottom, and let the rest work out. But it's racing. I think it was a solid night considering everything. So the racing gods had different plans for us today.
Yeah, buddy. Well, what do you think about next week at Indianapolis? You've got the Brickyard coming up.
I really enjoy Indianapolis. I actually got my first win here in VRL in Indianapolis, so I definitely like Indianapolis.
Well, hey, Craig, a great run tonight. I know you probably feel like this is one that got away from you, but before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Ting Tang, of course. Andy's out playing in Oshkosh, so I'm kind of bummed about that. We didn't have our strategist tonight. So we had no idea when we were pitting. So we just winged it, and then, of course, Colin and also Ian and Kevin and them, and then you guys for broadcasting, Lori for putting up with all of our jibber jabber in the Discord and penalizing us when we need it. And then, of course, the neighbor and everybody that's watching out in the YouTube land.
Well, yeah, buddy, you got a great start to this season. I'm looking forward to seeing how far Team Tank can carry this dominance. Good luck next week at Indianapolis, and we'll see you next time.
Okay, thanks, boys. See ya.
That was your second place finisher, Craig Goodenough in an 89 truck, Team Tang. And now we're going to move on to your race winner, the 38 truck of Chris Gones. Hey, Chris, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth. Do you have me, buddy?
Yes, sir. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think this is your first official win in the VRL Premiere Series, right?
That is it. Yes, sir.
Hey, man, congratulations. What a run tonight. I was talking about you earlier when you were running third or fourth, and I told him, don't sleep on this guy. Chris Gones is fast, and he will be there at the end, and you delivered. How you feeling tonight?
Oh, man, this was a blast tonight. I hate it that, me and Craig couldn't necessarily fight it out like maybe I'd wanted to as a racer. You want to be able to race it out, but I know he's had a little bit of damage, but I'm just glad we were in a position to be able to take advantage of his misfortune. I'm glad that he did end up hanging on to second there, but this was a blast. I love this place. Able to save some tires there and just make it work. So we'll hopefully we can make it 2 in a row.
Yeah, I definitely think if he hadn't had the damage, I think you guys were still going to be pretty close in the end and duking it out. You're clearly fast at this track. You're clearly fast most places that we go that I've observed. And it's just a great run for you tonight. I take the wins how I can get them, buddy. I'm sure you do as well. But Ricky, what do you have for our winner tonight at Dover?
Well, first of all, congratulations on your first VRL win. You really put it all together tonight. So good job of putting everything together and taking that win. But I did want to ask you, I think you just alluded to it, as a guy that seems like he's pretty good at taking care of equipment and more of a tactician, I would imagine that you probably really like Indianapolis coming up next week.
Well, first, I appreciate the kind words there, Ricky. But yeah, absolutely. I love all those type of tracks, Indy, Pocono, all those are, ones that I thoroughly enjoy. So I love the fast flat ones because those tend to eat up tires the most, and that's kind of what I've gotten good at, I guess, over the course of running on this thing. And so I'm hoping we can put something together and be up towards the front next week, and try and put this thing in victory lane.
Buddy, good job again tonight, and I'm sure you're going to be up front next week.
I appreciate it, Ricky.
Hey, Chris. So before we let you go, buddy, again, congratulations on your first win. It was just a matter of time. But before we let you go, do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Yeah, absolutely. First, Team Misfits over here, me and Derek Welch and DW and John McAdam, who the last two of those guys couldn't make it tonight, but hopefully we'll have everybody back in force next week. Shout out to Jesse Redding, who was on the pit box for me today and clicking all the buttons and let me know what was going on. So I appreciate him stepping in and doing that. Want to shout out to all my people over at High Tide Hospitality. If anybody's ever in the Charlotte area, they've got a lot of really nice restaurants in the area, so check them out. I appreciate you guys for putting this broadcast on. It's always a blast to go back and watch. I know what you guys go through week in and week out to an extent, and it's a little nerve-wracking sometimes, so I appreciate what you guys do. And shout out to the admins over here, Lori, and I know, Alan, you do a lot of stuff over here as well. So I want to shout out to you guys for being able to put this on. It's a good group of guys. This is my first season, in this series. I run on Fridays too, but first one in this series, and it's just a blast to run with everybody. So look forward to more, and we look forward to next week.
Well, yeah, buddy, it's a pleasure having you here. We're glad you found us, and man, congratulations on that first win of many. I am sure. Good luck next week at Indianapolis.
I appreciate it, guys. You have a good night.
You too. So that was your winner, Chris Gones. So while I get set up to kind of wrap it here, Ricky, do you want to do one last check on the chat?
Yeah, we had Rhett Arnell said, great broadcast, thanks. Appreciate that, Rhett. Josh Bittner said, wild finish, great last green flag run. He wished that he had his strategist on the team. That would, sorry about that, Josh. Taylor Provac said, great racing VRL, awesome broadcast. Appreciate that, Taylor. Earl Evans chimed in, said that Indy is Dustin's favorite. So I guess Eaton looking to be near the front next week. And I did want to call out just because I think at the end of the race there, we got kind of wrapped up with everything. But before we go off, John Schoenbachler, new to the league, he gets a top 5 starting 23rd. Scott Roney finished 6th. I know we didn't talk about him a lot. He was up there. Faster Pastor Stoney Benfield comes back to 7th. And Austin Paul was 8th. And I know we probably didn't get a lot of time for any of those guys, but Josh Bittner 9th, Albert Anderson 10th. I mean, those guys, none of them probably got enough screen time tonight, but to get a top 10, the way that race played out, I just want to give those guys a shout out.
No, yeah, definitely. And speaking of that, we're going to do our run through the field on your final finishing positions for tonight's race. Starting in first place, Chris Gomes. Second place, Craig Goodenough. Third, Mike Adamson. Fourth, Tim Pope brought it home. In fifth position, John Schoenbachler. As you mentioned him earlier, he definitely seems to find his way towards the pointy end of the field when the pay window opens. Sixth position, Scott Roney. Seventh, Stoney Benfield. Eighth, Austin Paul. Ninth, Josh Bittner. 10th position, Albert Anderson.
You had Greg Dobson at 11th. George Rincon recovering from a spin up to 12th. Greg Klein, he was quiet all night, finishes 13th. John Gallagher, 14th. Jeremiah Burke, 15th. Dustin Eaton, 16th. Dion Jones, 17th. Mike Everidge, 18th. Trevor Robertson, 19th. Anthony Williams rounded out the top 20.
Dave Mayberry brings it home in 21st. Scott Milner 22nd. Kyle Vaught in 23rd. Chandler Paul was 24th. 25th, Andrew Cawson. 26th, Jonathan Osborne. 27th, Jack Dixon. 28th, Derek Welch. 29th, Dylan Bryant. And 30th, Colin Decker. And I'll finish this out here, Ricky. 31st was Jason Gaines. And 32nd was Tom Barish. I don't know that, let's see, Tom didn't start the race down 150. And we saw what happened to Jason when he had a glitch with his iRacing service. And so that is your finishing results this evening, ladies and gentlemen. So let's see. That's it, Ricky. Got any final thoughts?
That race didn't play out like I thought it would. I figured we would have some green flag racing, but usually you get a caution or two at the end and it kind of piles up. But man, I think, what did they say, that we had 10 caution laps at Dover in a 150 lap race with 31 drivers, basically. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, definitely impressed. And as we close this up for the evening, Ricky, I want to thank you for everything you do for us in the league and joining me in the booth as always. And then I want to thank my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, who you saw tonight on screen, giving her admin notes for everything she does for me personally, for this league and the drivers in this league. And with that, we will see you next week, race fans. So remember, stay sharp, stay fast, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.